Hey, fellow murder peeps, I'm Sarah.
Sweetie.
What?
I love you.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yes, and I'm Anthony.
I was so confused. I'm like, what is happening?
I know, she immediately reached to turn off the computer. She thought there was something horribly wrong. Anyways, welcome to Bonding Over Murder.
The show where I tell Anthony true crime stories he's never heard of before.
Yes, and as we all know, I was probably happier not knowing them.
Yeah, well, as I always say,
Except
you're
for the Order of the Solar Temple. I need more of that in my life. That was hilarious.
Only Quebec will be spared.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
You know, actually, that's true. I've learned some things I would much rather keep. Like, I now know what is the fanciest mustache in the entire universe.
And that's Veerpan, although he's dead now.
It's something else. Yeah.
It is quite something, but, you know, he's dead now. So, do we really have that?
His mustache will go on.
All I hear is the Titanic music.
My mustache will go on. Anyways, so what are we doing here today, sweetheart?
Today we're going to be covering the case of Mark Twitchell, Edmonton's Dexter killer.
Yo.
So, our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
The man who tried to be Dexter and failed miserably. So, this episode was requested multiple times, so it should be a good one.
Okay, right on. Let's dive into it.
Well, before we do that, got a case you want us to cover? Email us at bondingovermurder@gmail.com. Mark Twitchell was born on July 4th, 1979 in Edmonton, Alberta. He spent a few years of his life living in the Midwest of the United States. I don't really have a lot on his childhood, but, spent some time in the States.
As one does.
Yes. He came back to Canada in the 1990s and proceeded to take a course on television and radio at NAIT.
What's a course on television and radio look like? Wait a second. Radio at NAIT?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. They would have been in the same building that I was in. I went to NAIT and I went to the building V for forestry.
Well, you weren't there at the same time as him, thank God.
Oh, when was he there?
The 90s?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was there after him.
Well, you were born in 90.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't in college when I was 10.
Or 0.
Or 0. Yeah. Prodigious.
So for those of you who don't know, NAIT is the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. So that's where all the it's
a trades college.
Yeah, it's a trades college.
You learn the trades there.
Exactly. Anthony's been there a couple times. 3 different times.
4 times.
4 times? I thought it was 3.
No, it's 4. 1 for forest technologies, 1 for mechanics. Both those were in building V with the broadcasting, conveniently.
Yeah.
And then once for medical first responder, and then 1 for primary care paramedic. So it's been there quite a bit.
I forgot about the MFR. I didn't count that, but I guess that...
It's a different time. It was a different year.
Yeah, no, true. So he was known to be a loner, but was still able to maintain a core group of friends.
Okay.
One of those friends was Drew Kenworthy, who stated that Twitchell was a good guy, but not trustworthy.
How do you earn that reputation? How can you be a good guy? Oh, you must just be like late all the time or super flaky.
Oh, I get into it a little bit.
Okay.
So he and Twitchell became friends because of their mutual interest in Star Wars.
Oh, right on.
So he is a huge Star Wars fan, which we'll definitely get into later.
Right on. I'm a pre-Disney Star Wars fan.
Pre-Disney.
Pre-Disney with the exception of Rogue One. That one, for whatever reason, was a freaking gem. But everything else is just bleh.
I know. You even signed that petition to make it not canon.
Yeah. Yeah. After
Force Awakens?
No, not Force Awakens. The really, really, really bad one.
Last Jedi?
Yeah. After that one came out, I signed a petition to try and strike it from the canon so it's not part of my Star Wars universe. I failed.
Yeah. Can't go against Disney.
And now I just hate Star Wars universally. It's so bad it's gone back in time and ruined all the Star Wars for me.
Well, on to this dude.
On to the actual topic.
When Twitchell was a part of group projects in school, he would never do his part. I'm going to call him Mark. His last name is like a tongue twister for me.
Yeah, that's fine. Mark is fine.
So when Mark was a part of the group projects in school, he would never do his part. So instead of owning up to this, he would constantly make excuses and come up with stories as to why he couldn't.
Not a team player, this one.
No. Despite not helping with any projects, he managed to graduate from school in 1999.
Good. Go for you, Mark.
Ugh, loser. I'm sorry, we went through an actual Dexter killer who only killed criminals and has a very successul YouTube channel. Like, nothing.
Oh, yeah, Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was intense.
Nothing. Mark, you got nothing on Pedro.
Well, I have no idea why you're just ragging on this poor Star Wars nerd who's not much of a team player.
Well, you'll get there. Okay, so Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, came out that same year, and Kenworthy made a fundraiser in response to the long lineups to see it, and he called it Standathon.
No.
So proceeds from this fundraiser were going to the Children's Wish Foundation of Canada. So Mark decided to take part in the fundraiser and wanted to auction off what he claimed were conceptual drawings by the Star Wars production crew. So legit conceptual drawings by the actual makers of
I'm
Star
guessing
Wars.
He didn't get his filthy paws on those, did he? No.
Only after the drawings were all sold did Kenworthy discover that they were all fake.
Oh, after he sold them, who bought them?
People for the fundraiser.
Oh, man, so he swindled them all.
So the drawings appeared like they had been traced.
Oh.
So he literally found conceptual drawings that people actually made from the Star Wars production.
Oh,
and
crafty.
Traced them.
Yep, crafty. You should have been suspicious when you found your drawing was on rice paper.
Do they even make that stuff anymore?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure they do. So whatever the sketching paper is, the really super thin, translucent paper.
I used to love doing that when I was a kid, using that tracing paper.
So anyway, so he's scamming the shit out of other Star Wars nerds.
Yeah, so when Mark was confronted about this, he swore that the drawings were real. And after this incident, Kenworthy and Mark lost touch.
Okay.
Because, I would too.
Yep, fair enough.
Fuck you. If you're going to do that to my fundraiser, that's for the Children's Wish Foundation.
Well, did he actually raise money for the Children's Wish?
I didn't research how much, but yeah, he did.
Well, I mean, so he scammed people, which is not good.
I mean,
but
other people donated besides the Star Wars drawing.
No, I get that, but just on his own efforts, he scammed people, which is not good, but the proceeds went to the wee children, so worse things have been done.
Yeah, he's kind of a douche. There's like one or two things that I'm impressed that he's able to do, which we'll get into later, but like he's kind of like
scamming for the children.
Well, he kind of is like a less successful failure of an H.H. Holmes, essentially, in the swindler department, not the murder.
Okay.
Well,
we don't know any of this yet. So why don't we just start getting there?
Either way. So after graduating, Mark moved to the U.S. and got married at age 21.
Okay.
The couple met on an online chat room and got married in January of 2001.
Cool.
So in 2005, the couple got divorced and Mark moved back to Edmonton.
Oh, that didn't last very long.
Nope. I couldn't find why, but I'm going to assume lying.
Okay.
Because he was known to be a compulsive liar.
Yeah, good guy. Just big liar.
Not trustworthy. That should have been your first clue, because you described him as a good guy but not trustworthy, but then you trusted him to give you conceptual drawings.
It's such a paradox. Yeah, he's a good guy. You just can't trust him. What?
Yeah, that one kind of confused me too.
The only way I know that would work is like a good guy, you can't trust him to like show up on time or something. Like, a good guy who's just, flaky. But I don't know. In general, you can't trust him at all. It's like, how's he a good guy? That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So when he returned, he decided to make his own Star Wars fan film called Star Wars: The Secrets of the Rebellion.
Ooh.
Which sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But, while Mark had previous experience making costumes, he was known to attend Star Wars and comic book movie premieres wearing elaborate costumes that he made himself from scratch.
Wow.
So he had experience making costumes, but because he had no experience filming, he got a production team and learned as he went along.
This guy's kicking nerdiness up a notch.
So the costumes, I'm very impressed with.
Okay.
Like, I had to leave out the details of how he made the costumes because of time, but the nerdiness in me was very, very fascinated. So that's the only part I like about him is his ability to make crazy, awesome, kick-ass costumes. Like, he molded plastic.
Oh, wow. That is skilled.
He molded plastic. He had plastic molds and made like these elaborate costumes. Like,
wow.
very impressive. Like,
very cool.
That is the only praise he's gonna get this entire fucking time, because it just Anyway, the team filmed the movie mostly in the summer of 2006 with a green screen set at Nate and used actors from around the city and out of town.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it was all filmed at Nate, pretty much. He would post about his project on Star Wars message boards and claimed it was a throwback to the original trilogy and its indie spirit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which, again, sounds interesting.
Yeah, no, he's got me sold.
Yeah, the project even got the attention of a local news station.
Cool.
So, getting some fame.
Mm-hmm.
Mark attempted to get Kenworthy on board with the project, but he opted out. Kenworthy stated, "It wasn't an original concept, and I didn't really have faith that it was going to fly." He was also curious as to how Mark could pull the project off without getting sued by Lucasfilms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is...
Because he didn't have rights to any Star Wars things. It was just him flying out of the seat of his pants.
Well, how does making a fanfic work?
If you're selling it for money, you need to get licensed.
Yeah.
If you're giving it away, it doesn't matter.
There you go. Okay, that makes sense.
But if you're making monetary profit on something and you don't have the licensing rights, then...
and he's just giving her. He doesn't give a shit.
It's a full project. Like, he has a whole complete team making... Like, there's a woodwork area. There was, like...
And they all just assume someone's got the licensing for it. It's all good.
I'm guessing. But, like... So Mark's response to this was that he's planning to sell the DVDs at cost to avoid legal problems.
Wow.
Which, I don't know if that would work.
That doesn't sound like it would work.
I don't think it would work.
That doesn't sound right.
You're still selling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To this day, the secrets of the rebellion has never been released.
You don't say.
Yeah. Members of the production team also claimed that Mark was almost never there, spending most of his time making costumes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He would use his costumes to make money at conventions.
Boy knows what he likes. Yeah. I still fail to find out where the murder's coming in.
Oh, that's later. We're getting into that soon.
All right. Well, it's kind of
I just want to give you kind of the Swindler-esque personality in the
we're taking it slow this episode. We're not just diving straight into the murder with both hands.
There's not a lot of murder. Like, he's not a serial killer. He killed one person.
Well, yeah, you're giving away spoilers.
Yeah. Either way. So he spent $450 Canadian on materials to make a film-accurate Spider-Man suit and would wear it to movie premieres that he would charge money for photos for.
Nice.
Yeah, so $450 on materials and, impressed.
Yeah.
Impressed with the ability that he could do a film-accurate Spider-Man suit. That's impressive.
Do we, on this podcast, do we ever attach, links in the description or something where people could, look for, the photos of some of the stuff we're talking about?
I post all the articles I use for research, so there is some extra stuff on there, but you can probably just Google Mark Twitchell costumes and it'll come up on Google, I imagine.
Oh, okay. I just thought maybe it'd be nice if we could include, pictures of some of this stuff, mostly of mustaches, but generally of other things.
Well, usually I post a picture of the person and then all the links to what I used for research. But you can just Google that. But either way, in 2007, he won the Bears Howling Howler and Sonic's Monster Mash. Those are both radio station contests.
Okay.
Wearing a suit of the Transformer Bumblebee.
Ooh.
He won $3,000 and a Harley bike.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's the one where he melted plastic to make it look like it was metal.
He won a motorcycle.
And $3,000.
Well, I mean, I'm a little more excited about the motorcycle. It's worth a lot. It's worth a lot more than $3,000.
A Harley Davidson, yeah.
Yeah, I actually don't know what bikes go for, but it's worth a lot more than $3,000. A brand new Harley.
Yeah, and he won both.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So he was also known to dress up as Wolverine, Predator, and multiple Star Wars characters, including Darth Maul, Darth Vader, and Jedi Kit Fisto. I don't know who that is.
Didn't we look that up? You were asking me about Kit Fisto. Pretty sure he's the green squid-looking monster guy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got all of exactly one line in Revenge of the Sith, and that is...
Well, the one that I wanted to Google was the Darth Maul. That'd be
a good one.
With his elaborate costumes, it probably looked, dope as fuck. But anyway, Mark married his second wife in 2007, and their daughter was born shortly after. The couple met online using a dating site called Plenty of Fish, which from now on I will call POF.
Okay. POF. There's plenty of fish.
Everyone knows about POF in Edmonton, at least.
Except for me. But now I know.
Yes. Well, either way. In 2008, the relationship was beginning to fall apart to the point where they were sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
She suspected Mark of cheating on her and would fight about Mark spending too much time working on movie projects that didn't make any money while he also didn't have a job at the same time.
Yeah, that's doomed to fail.
Yeah. She asked him to go with her to couples counseling and marked his Friday night appointments on a wall calendar, which will come back later.
Okay.
He never went to these appointments and would spend time on his movie projects or talking to Facebook friends instead.
Sounds like this guy, yeah.
So there's lots of text message documentation in this one, so there's lots of quotes for me that are kind of, like, it's relevant. One of those friends was Renee Waring. They met when she became Facebook friends with an account that had a Dexter Morgan face from the show Dexter, so the profile on Facebook had Dexter Morgan's face and his name as their profile.
Okay, I gotcha.
So she thought the account was affiliated with the show in some way. Turns out, nope, just Mark.
Right on. You do you, Mark.
So that's why he's called the Dexter Killer, is not because, like Pedro, where he only killed criminals.
Yeah.
Just because he's obsessed with the show Dexter.
Oh, nice.
And yeah.
Okay, so he's a Dexter fanboy right now.
Hardcore.
I never really could get into that show. I always kind of found that with Dexter, it starts off really intriguing because he's really good at what he does, and you just watch him get really bad at it as he goes.
Yeah.
Like, he never gets away with it clean and simple after, like, the first episode.
And Mark looked at that and was like, gotta get me some of that.
Gotta get me some of that. Okay. Wait, but so he just decided he needs to start murdering people?
We'll get into that right away here.
Okay. I'm kind of failing to see the character development. He's gone from nerdy fanboy to now gotta get me some of that murder?
Oh, we're gonna get into it right now. Don't you worry. I got you covered. So the two became friends after this because of their mutual love for the show Dexter, which I do love Dexter. It's a great show, to an extent. Season 4, and is kind of my limit. I'll watch season 1.
Pretty stupid ending.
I haven't even watched the new one.
I'm a lumberjack now, that's how.
Either way.
Don't worry about it.
Well, there's the new show New Blood, which kind of goes into that.
And I already have my predictions. I said it in episode 1. He's got little evenly proportioned bags of squirrels at the bottom of the lake. And the fish cops are onto him.
The fish cops.
Oh, they'll get you.
The fish cops?
That's what we call the fish and wildlife officers, the fish cops.
Oh, I was imagining a fish that had like a little cop detective hat.
Of course you were.
I didn't know that's what the fish and wildlife people were called. Who calls them the fish cops?
Those of us who like to poke fun.
Their messages to each other were lengthy, and eventually they started talking about dark fantasies.
Okay. Dark fantasies.
Yes. So I'll say Renee for ease of, understanding of who I'm talking about.
Okay.
So one of Renee's dark fantasies was killing her ex-husband's new wife.
Who doesn't want to do that?
Exactly.
What?
I meant, like, sarcastically.
It sounded like you completely agree.
No.
Exactly.
No. I mean, I don't have an ex-husband who has a new wife, so I can only imagine. But either way,
we could set that scenario up for you if you want.
No, you're stuck with me for life, dude.
Yeah, that's okay. Worse things have happened.
Forever. So keep in mind on the dates of like when I tell you these text messages happen, because it's in kind of interesting on the timeline.
Okay,
so what actually
they're
happens.
texting their dark fantasies to each other.
Yes. So Mark responded to her fantasy on October 3rd, 2008. Quote, "If you really want to make this happen and get away with it, prepare a kill room the same way Dex does. Wall-to-wall plastic sheeting."
Nice.
He then told her to be fully clothed in disposable rain gear and, quote, "pulverize the jaw bones and remove the teeth to avoid dental ID."
Yep, that's how Dexter did it. Yep.
He also told her that the body should be dumped Dexter style in a body of water with large rocks to weigh down the plastic bags. Because apparently he thinks we're near an ocean where that'd be cool. But we're in Alberta.
We got
He's
lakes.
in Alberta.
You can do it in a lake.
Idiot.
What's wrong with a lake? There's plenty of big lakes where you could dump a body.
Not that it would never be found.
I mean, sure it would. Sturgeon would get it.
It might not. Either way, the show clearly showed us that that doesn't work because Dexter got caught.
Only because there were scuba divers. There's no scuba divers in the lakes.
There could be.
No, there's not. You're fine. No one's scuba diving in the lakes.
Either way. So it is believed that the same day he sent this message, he attempted to kill his first victim.
Oh.
Yes.
Why is he killing people now?
I don't know.
What?
Ask him. I don't have his psyche.
So I'm scamming people and trying to make Star Wars movies and costumes. Oh, now I want to kill somebody. I don't understand the character development.
Mark used the site POF to lure in his victims by pretending to be a 24-year-old blonde woman named Sheena.
Nice.
Gil Tetriot made arrangements to meet this Sheena at her house, which never
I'm
do.
Sheena.
So when Tetriot arrived, he entered through the garage and was hit from behind.
Aw.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, dude.
Yeah. Well, Mark stood over him wearing a hockey mask and pulled out a gun.
Oh.
He instructed Tetriot to stay down and put his hands on his back and close his eyes.
Oh, poor guy.
When Mark bent down to handcuff him, Tetriot realized the gun was plastic and grabbed the end of it.
Oh, jeez.
Mark started to hit him with a baton after this, but Tetriot was able to escape and made a run for it.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Yep. Once he left the garage, he came across two dog walkers who were able to come to his aid.
Oh, wow. He tries to Why is he doing this? I don't get it.
So basically, the way he says it is with this one, he wanted to bring them in, show them the kill room, because he made a kill room.
Okay.
And like Dexter. And be like, hey, look, this is a hoax. Ha ha. Go write about it online that, you experienced this and peace out, is what he says he was going to do. But then he changed plans 10 minutes before Tetriot arrived, saying, I'm going to scare him from behind.
But then he hit him.
But then he hit him. And, yeah,
okay.
Stupid.
Sure.
So after this failed attempt, Mark went back online to look for a new victim.
The guy didn't call the cops on him?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm just going to keep that to myself.
Well, the next one happened quickly after. Maybe he just was, still kind of in shock.
Still, that's crazy. You'd
Yeah.
think the dog walkers would have called the cops.
I don't know. Maybe it's embarrassing for
Yeah, but the
for
dog
guys
walkers came to his aid.
No, they did.
So one of them should have called the police.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hey, this guy just hit me a whole bunch with a baton. Tried to abduct me.
Yeah.
Should we call the cops? No, it's fine.
So 2 days after this occurred, Mark sent Renee a message advising her to use a sturdy copper pipe and to use a hunter's game processing kit to cut up the body. So he keeps telling her on how to kill people,
This is so weird.
I know. It's fascinating. I didn't know if there's going to be enough to do an episode on, but there's actually more than what I was able to put in.
Okay.
So, interesting. And the dude's still alive, so, yeah. Either way, during this time, Mark was also low on funds and started a new project called Day Players that was a movie focusing on the lives of movie extras. So while this whole shenanigans with trying to kill people is going on, he's also trying to do a new movie project.
Okay.
Because he calls himself a filmmaker.
Ah.
Yes. So he got multiple
Well, you're not a murderer anyways.
Well, yet.
Not successfully.
Yeah. So he got multiple investors to give him thousands of dollars. Pincent was one of these investors and gave Mark $35,000 Canadian.
Oh, that's a lot.
To upsell the movie, Mark would name drop famous celebrities like Justin Timberlake and Alec Baldwin, claiming that they were going to appear in the film.
Jeez.
How does he know who Justin Timberlake and Alec Baldwin? You're from Edmonton. None of us know who those people are personally.
Yeah.
We know who they are, but we've never met them, and we couldn't get them in a fucking movie. Yeah. We're in Edmonton.
Alec Baldwin likes to drag his raggedy ass around the Arctic Circle for kicks. Just shits and giggles. That's why he's way up here.
Apparently. Doing some, like, hack filmmaker's movie out of his garage.
Excellent.
So instead of putting this money to the production, he used it to help support his family, because, again, he didn't work, and, you know. So a week after the failed attempt, Mark started the process over again with a man named Johnny Altinger. So on October 10th, Altinger arrived, still in 2008, Altinger arrived at the same garage as Tetrialt had.
Oh, great.
He killed Altinger, then cut up his body and dumped it down a sewer.
Okay, I'm just gonna get right in there while I still got my socks on.
Yep.
How did he kill him? What happened?
So I'm not sure. So Mark testified that it was self-defense that he stabbed him, and in a panic cut up his body and dumped it down a sewer.
In a crazy panic, I had to dice him in little bits and dump him down the sewer.
Who the fuck would believe that?
This guy's so ridiculous.
Idiot.
I still don't know why he's murdering people either. He just randomly decided to be a murderer.
And then after he did it, he immediately backpedaled and be like, nope.
What?
I didn't do it. It was self-defense.
Oh, but he must get caught here.
Pretty quickly, actually.
Okay, so let's get into that, because clearly we're already in court now.
Okay, so friends became suspicious of his whereabouts, especially his friend, Altinger's friend, Dale Smith.
Okay.
Altinger was supposed to give Smith a motorcycle lesson on October 12th. So Smith called Altinger on October 10th to confirm their plans, to which Altinger stated that he was planning to meet a woman he met from an internet site that evening.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. Smith testified, quote, "The instructions were out of the ordinary. It didn't have an address. It was instructions to meet behind the garage. I wasn't too happy about the instructions, and I told John to give me a call when he got there and to give me the address before he went into the place."
Okay.
Altinger did call Smith when he got to the garage and told him that the woman wasn't there.
Oh, jeez.
He also told Smith that he met a man in the garage who introduced himself as a filmmaker. The man showed him props for a film, including a replica gun. The last time Smith spoke directly to Altinger was later that night, when he got a short email saying that Altinger planned to go back to the garage to meet the woman.
What?
Yeah, that. So maybe Mark was like, "Hey, she's here now. Come back."
Oh, that. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah. So 3 days later, on October 13th, 2008, Mark broke into Altinger's house and sent an email to Altinger's friends stating that a woman named Jen had whisked him away to Costa Rica. Friends were suspicious of this email, as they should be.
Yeah.
Because it didn't sound like Altinger.
Yeah.
Altinger always ended his emails with a joke or a smiley face, to which this email had none.
He didn't even take the time to look through his sent
right?
emails.
Spend 2 minutes to look at what he usually writes like. I feel like I could do this so much better than him if I wanted to. I don't, because I love people.
This guy's just ridiculous.
But, yeah, idiot.
Idiot.
Yeah. Just gonna put the Dwight, idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Friends went to Altinger's place and noticed that his motorcycle was no longer under its tarp, which was also out of character for the man.
Oh, okay.
And then friends also noticed that Altinger's MSN Messenger status, that brings you back, was updated saying, quote, "I've got a one-way ticket to heaven and I'm not coming back."
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah. All right, so we're getting back to Renee. So on October 14th, so a day after that email sent out to all of Altinger's friends, Mark sent Renee a message stating that he crossed a line, but wouldn't tell her anything else.
Okay.
Around this time, Mark made a 42-page document called SK Confessions on his laptop, stating everything that happened with Altinger.
Wow.
He basically, made it a story. I think in the SK Confessions, Altinger doesn't die, but
ooh.
Anyway, I'll add the link in that if you want to read it.
This will be the third time a fucking murderer has made like an autobiography and it's all just crazy lies.
They're all fucking narcissists. Look at me, I killed somebody. Aren't I amazing?
I killed a person, yes. I feel
so terrible. It should have never happened. I was gonna call the ambulance, but he was almost dead.
Oh my goodness.
Which is what part of his testimony sounded like.
Ugh. This guy.
I know. So he wrote to her again on October 26th saying, quote, "There's lots going on, most of it not good."
Ooh.
So on October 27th, he messaged her again saying, quote, "There's an enormous missing person, possible homicide investigation going on centralized around a location I've been renting for film work. So of course, police have tossed my house and impounded my car."
Oh, wow.
He added, "This was not fun considering they won't find anything." Well, sucks to be you, Mark. They found shit.
Of course they did.
A lot of shit. You're so bad at this. Like, oh my god.
So what'd they find?
Okay, so they found among the evidence a metal pipe. If you go back to what he messaged her, a sturdy copper pipe is what he told her to use.
Oh, yeah.
A butchering kit, which he also told her to use, and his laptop containing the SK confessions on it.
Oh. They found the signed written note. I did it. They won't find anything. It's fine.
Oh, I'm not even done yet.
I just have the confession and the murder weapon.
I'm not even done yet, man.
Great.
Blood was found on the pipe and every edged weapon used in Altinger's murder.
Of course.
There was also
didn't even clean them.
Yeah, there was also blood on both Altinger's car and Mark's car.
Ugh.
There was also blood found on Mark's clothes when he was arrested 2 weeks later.
Ew. Jesus Christ, dude. Did you not change your clothes? He's got a dirty...
2 weeks after he murdered the guy, he kept the fucking bloody clothes in his house.
Yeah, he's got like
his garage.
You know what? He's got like a dirty pile of shirts lying around, and he just so happened to wear the same shirt that that he murdered him in. Oh my god.
Dude.
When you were doing the research for this one, you kept saying like, "This guy's such a loser." It's like, yeah, okay, never mind.
He is a loser.
Yeah, he's a loser.
A loser.
I'm not even sorry for insulting him so many times, despite him being from the same city as me and alive still.
And it's not because he likes Star Wars or gets really into costumes.
And the costumes I'm very impressed with.
That's the part that makes him not a loser. The rest of it is what makes him a loser.
Yes, that part with the costumes makes him exceptional for that specific thing. Yeah. And that's about it.
Other than that, he's a loser.
So in the SK Confessions, Mark wrote that he targeted single middle-aged men who lived alone.
Oh, wow.
An excerpt states, quote, they were also the most likely targets to have the most expendable money in their bank accounts. By living alone, once they were out of the picture, I could easily enter their living spaces undetected with no forced entry and remove all sorts of valuable items. So that kind of directly contradicted what he originally testified during
that
the
it was
trial,
a panic,
that it was
self-defense and a panic. Yeah,
and that I was just gonna show him my props and stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
I panicked and had to chop him up.
And I just stared, and oh my god, the blade was in his stomach, and I was gonna call the ambulance, but I knew that he was gonna be dead soon anyway.
Oh my goodness!
So then I chopped up his body and put it in the sewer.
Ugh!
Fucking idiot!
Put him in the sewer?
In the sewer?
So like a storm drain?
Like a sewer.
Like a manhole cover?
A manhole sewer.
Oh, wow.
Yes. He put him down a sewer.
Okay, so he opened a manhole cover.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So on October 31st, 2008, Mark was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. I find this also especially fun because Halloween is, as he's put it, before his Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So for him, he got arrested on Christmas.
Nice.
I just thought that was funny. So shortly after his arrest, I think it was like 5 days after his arrest, Pinsent and his other investors filed lawsuits against him to reclaim their money. I couldn't find out what happened with that one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say they won, but I'm going to say they probably also didn't get their money because he's broke as shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder how hard it is to sue someone who's going away for the rest of his life.
I'm not sure.
Huh.
But, So like I said, during the trial, Mark claimed that he stabbed Altinger in self-defense and cut up his body in a panic. Needless to say, the jury did not buy this story and found him guilty.
Yeah, he would have been better to plead insanity.
Honestly.
Yeah, because it's weird. There's like no motive here, and it's really strange.
And who's gonna buy that you cut up a body in panic after you stabbed them?
Yeah, I know.
Dude!
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dude! Like, oh. Anyway, on April 12, 2011, he was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility for parole for 25 years.
Oh, okay.
So he can have parole 25 years later.
Nice.
Or
Canada's catch and release program.
Dude. So on June 17, 2011, the Crown prosecutor also wanted to convict him for the attempted murder on Tetrialt.
Yeah.
But since he had the maximum life sentence, there was no need to proceed with more charges, and they were ultimately dropped.
I'm pretty annoyed with Tetrialt and the dog walkers. No one called the cops.
I think he's beating himself up enough for that.
That's fucking unbelievable, though. Come on. The dog walkers, then. You said dog walkers came to his aid.
No victim shaming.
Yeah, come on. Call the cops.
No victim shaming.
He got away. No, I can't go back on this one. Like, call the freaking cops, man. Don't just leave the murderer to do his thing.
Well, maybe he was still processing it and it happened a week later.
What about the dog walkers? You said they came to his aid. Someone would have been like, dude, you look like you've been beaten with a baton a whole bunch. I would call the cops, even if he said not to.
Either way. Currently, Mark is serving his time at a Saskatchewan federal penitentiary. I'm assuming it's one of those cases where they took him out of province because the local community probably hates him.
Yeah.
Shortly after he was sentenced, Mark decided to start a website called The Voice of Mark Twitchell.
Oh, we need that in our lives. Need more of that in our lives.
To make a blog about his time in prison, but it was taken down. So, long story short, some dude in Canada watched the show Dexter and thought to himself, if Dexter can do it, why can't I? Because it's a fictional show, you delusional twat.
And also, Dexter couldn't do it. He got caught all the time.
Like, he was doing damage control, like, at the end of season 1. Like, you watch... Also, people are upset because Mark is allowed to watch Dexter in prison.
Oh.
So people are mad about that.
Yeah.
I mean...
Whatever.
You're already in prison for life.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. Either way. Dexter didn't get away with it. Well, I mean, he did, but, like, it was just damage control from day one, essentially.
Exactly. From day one with Dexter, it's constantly getting caught and trying to, like, damage control the situation.
And don't get me wrong, I love Dexter. It's a great show. It's probably one of my favorites. Okay. Until the end.
Anyways.
But either way, thanks for listening to our podcast. Our next episode will be out February 15th. Check out our website, bondingovermurder.info, to find out where you can listen to us.
Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram at Bonding Over Murder Podcast for our update and new episode info.
Bye.
Bye.